In today's video, we're going to be talking about 3 things that we disagree with Dave Ramsey on. We definitely have followed Dave Ramsey on this journey, but these are the 3 things that we don't agree with him on.
So number 1, Dave Ramsey believes that while you're paying off your debt, you should only save $1,000 during that time in your bank account in case of an emergency. He believes that anything additional to that, you should automatically put it on your debt, regardless of the situation, period. Like, that's what you should do. We don't agree with that, especially if you're somebody who has a house. Lots of things could come up. Like, if something goes out, like, how are you gonna pay for that? He really believes in not adding on any new debt, but I feel like only having $1,000 in your bank account could really set you back and almost encourage you to get back into debt if something were to happen. So that's number 1. I would definitely say, even if you're trying to pay off your debt, I would say, depending on your situation, I'm gonna say at least $2,000 is something that you should set aside in case of an emergency, in case of anything happens, especially not even just if you have a house, if you have kids, if you have an older car, numerous situations. That's just something which we don't agree on as far as just keeping the $1,000.
We also feel like the $1,000 isn't enough, and it's not accounting for like the inflation going on right now. Like, there are so many emergencies that will set you back a few hundred, and that'll just deplete your $1,000 fund.
Comment down below if you are someone who also follows Dave Ramsey. Was that something that you did while you were on your debt-free journey? If you're still on it, are you doing the $1,000, or do you have to keep more just to make yourself feel safe while paying off your debt? So number 2 is Dave Ramsey believes that your credit score doesn't matter. He thinks that it is an I love debt score, which is, I understand the logic behind it, I really do, because his idea is that after you've paid off all your consumer debt, you then start paying off your house. And at that point, once you really get out of debt, you should not want to get back into it, which we do feel that way. We definitely never want to get back into debt again, whether it's a mortgage, a car, whatever. So we totally understand the logic behind it, but we do feel like your credit score still matters for numerous reasons. As far as buying a house, what he believes is that you should be able to use something called manual underwriting.
So manual underwriting is basically, they look at all your expenses and they look at your income, since you have no open lines of credit, and they see if you can afford this mortgage they wanted to offer you.
We feel like that's still risky because there could always be something that goes wrong with that. Like, what if it's not 100%? That's kind of his answer to if you don't have a credit score, because there's lots of people who follow him who their credit score eventually is undetermined. And so they have no credit score. They try to buy a house, and he recommends going through this manual underwriting process rather than using a credit score to get a mortgage. So it seems very risky. It's not 100%. Your credit score is used for more than just getting a loan. It could be used for car insurance. If you're trying to get an apartment, sometimes you look at your credit score. There's so many things, utility bills. So it's not 100%. Also, even though we live our life without debt, you never know what could happen. We're humble enough to know that nothing is 100%. You can try your best to not get into debt again, but there's always that possibility of you never know where life could take you. So he believes no credit scores, they don't matter. Your credit report, none of it doesn't matter, but that's something that we just cannot agree with.
Number 3 is Dave Ramsey doesn't believe in using credit cards. He even has his listeners cut them up, and it's become a thing with the Dave Ramsey community that you just cut up your credit card, cut it in half, don't deal with it anymore, immediately stop using it.
This is another thing where we understand the mindset behind it. If you're someone who's gotten into credit card debt, and then you continue charging, but you're also trying to pay it off, it's very hard to get ahead. And so if you've gotten yourself into that much credit card debt, you likely need to cut it up and stop using it. So you're helping to fix that problem. He also feels that when you use cash, you have an emotional connection to it. Whereas when you use a credit card, there is no emotional connection. You're not really seeing that money leave your hand, and it's a lot easier to overspend. Again, definitely agree with that. All valid points. But for us, if we do use credit cards, we're buying things that we already would have purchased, where some credit cards will have like cash back on things that you buy, and we use it to our benefit. Yes, he states that you're not going to get rich based off cash back. That's literally what he says. And I agree, but to us, every dollar counts. And actually, we use our cash back to put extra payments on our mortgage. So essentially, it's decreasing our debt. I feel like there's lots of things that you could use a credit card for without going further into debt, such as if you're trying to purchase something. We've never paid interest on a credit card. We don't agree with using your card for excessive spending, but we do believe that there are benefits to using a credit card. We are mainly debit card spenders. We use the money in our checking account. To completely get rid of your credit cards, it's kind of touching on number 2 with no credit score. When you get rid of those credit cards that you've had, it can affect your credit score. And again, we don't believe in having a 0 or undetermined credit score as Dave Ramsey does.
So comment down below, do you agree with everything Dave Ramsey teaches? Are you like us and have a few things that you disagree with him on? Let us know in the comments section.
Thanks for watching, guys. In our next video, we're gonna be doing Vlogmas. If you don't know what Vlogmas is, it's where we upload every day until Christmas. On Vlogmas Day 1, we're gonna be announcing a giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Please subscribe and share this video. Bye.